Hi, I'm Caroline Rowland. Now, before I teach you how you can bend a spoon yourself, I wanted to respond to some of the questions and feedback I got about my spoon bending video. I've been really amazed the amount of response it's gotten from people. There apparently has been quite a lot of interest and fascination and sometimes disbelief with this. Now, first of all, no, it was not a fake spoon. I buy my spoons secondhand. I go to Salvation Army or Amity. I'm in Canada, so those of you who are Canadian, I think Salvation Army is in the US also, but Amity, I'm not sure. Amity is connected with Goodwill. And I buy my cutlery secondhand. I also used to bend my own cutlery, and once in a while my husband would say to me, "Where do all our spoons keep going?" And I'd just be like, well, I don't know. And so he knew I could bend them, but it didn't seem to occur to him always right away that that's where they were going. Spoon bending is very fun. It's very addictive because I'm always amazed myself when it still works. Eventually, I bought myself a good set of cutlery, and that does not get bent. And I have separate cutlery, some of the old cutlery still, and I also go out and buy spoons before I teach a workshop or a retreat where I will be teaching spoon bending as part of it. And on my blog, on my website, if you look there and look under the August entry, there are pictures there from my workshop that I taught in Utah, and there's pictures there of some of the spoons that are bent and some of the very normal people who bent those spoons. Many of the people at that workshop, it was their very first experience with energy work. Which brings me to one of the other questions I got is, do you have to meditate for a long time or have a lot of experience with meditating and energy work before you can bend spoons? And in my experience, no, that's not the case. I'm not actually very good at meditating myself. I certainly use a lot of energy work, but I learned to bend spoons when I was at the very beginning of my energy work journey. And I also, on the retreat I recently facilitated in Stouffville at Mist Haven, one of the members there said to me at the start, she declared herself as our kind of resident skeptic for the retreat, that she was had skepticism about energy work and energy healing, but she'd come on the recommendation of her life coach. And when I went to teach spoon bending in the evening, just for a fun activity, she said to me, "I can't bend spoons, I'm an accountant." And she actually bent the spoon the very first time. Okay, so you don't have to particularly be some great guru or Buddha in order to bend spoons. My belief is that anyone can do it. Okay. And what were some of the other questions I have gotten? Oh yes, people saying the spoon had already been bent. There was a little dip in the spoon, the way that most spoons have. It's possible that it had been bent very slightly because I had brought that spoon with me when I was facilitating the retreat. And before I give a spoon to a new spoon bender, I will test first just to see how strong, and actually this is a fork I have, but I made it kind of like slightly like this to see, is it a very light metal, does it have a lot of give in it? Because if someone's brand new to spoon bending, it's easier for them to start with a spoon that's thin. And I also, even for myself, I get more dramatic results with a very thin spoon. I can bend thicker ones and also forks. I have a fork here. But you get the most dramatic, or at least I get the most dramatic results with thin spoons. I know that there are people who can bend even very thick metal or change the metal in some way relatively easily, and I'm still learning this, so that's not my experience yet. Okay? And if you have any other questions, please feel free to just send me an email and ask away. There's lots of good reasons to be skeptical, and actually, because I got so many questions about is it a fake spoon, and I was thinking, where do you buy fake spoons? I did a Google search, and lo and behold, you can order magic spoons over the internet. Now, they didn't show any of them close up, but it said that there's a special hinge. Like, I assume there's a special hinge here, and that's where some of the videos on YouTube, where the person shows themselves bending a spoon and they're just holding it, or they're rubbing it, and they never show the spoon up close first, and the spoon starts to bend. Now, so I suspect that many of those videos are fake. I do also know that there are people who can bend a spoon that way, so I don't know that it's always fake. Okay? So any other questions, please just ask me, and I will respond when I get the chance. Thank you.